Hey YouTube, it's your boy Tripachu. Before the video starts, as a friendly reminder, if you happen to like the video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. It really does help me out. If there's anything that you like, don't like, or anything that I need to work on, please post in the comment section so I can definitely work on. This is a learning experience for me. Also be sure to check out me on Twitch. I do stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's twitch.tv/Tripachu. Also, be sure to check out my stream team on Twitch, Team Andromeda. They are a loud and rowdy bunch, but I love them to death, and I think they provide the top tier quality content that anyone can watch. Super entertaining, super immersive, and I think you guys will just love it. But let's get right to the video. Thanks. I'm coming back with a new series, and this is just anything pertaining to streaming itself. So a lot of you guys may have heard about the whole Mixer shutting down and partnering with Facebook Gaming, and some of you guys may not have heard about that. But yeah, so Mixer ended up getting pretty much bought out by Facebook Gaming, and so Mixer is now moving over to Facebook Gaming. So with that being said, this article that I'm currently looking at, it's by The Verge, who kind of talks about the whole Mixer leaving. But yeah, so let's kind of get right into it. So Microsoft is closing a Mixer service on July 22nd, and the plans to move existing partners over to Facebook Gaming. The surprise announcement means Mixer partners and streamers will be transitioned to Facebook Gaming starting today, and Microsoft would no longer operate Mixer as a service in a month's time. Microsoft has struggled to reach the scales needed for Mixer to compete with Twitch, YouTube, and even Facebook Gaming, which has led to today's decision. We started pretty far behind in terms of where Mixer's monthly active viewers were compared to some of the big players out there, says Phil Spencer, Microsoft's head of gaming, in an interview with The Verge. I think the Mixer community is really going to benefit from the broad audience that Facebook has through their priorities and the abilities to reach gamers in a very seamless way through the social platform Facebook has. So, you know, I could see where Microsoft/Mixer is coming from. I know a lot of other people have been having different opinions about the whole matter, saying, oh, Mixer is owned by Microsoft. What do they mean by they're a little far behind, or anything along those lines? Well, yes, that's true. But the thing is that like the major platforms like Twitch, Mixer, YouTube Gaming, and Facebook Gaming, is that for Twitch itself, they got bought out by Amazon, and so Amazon owns Twitch, which Amazon is currently at this point in time the largest corporation in the whole world, right? The owner literally owns so much money that if he ever runs out of toilet paper that he can't get from Amazon Prime, he uses his $100 bills and wipes his ass. Now, I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's true. I'm just making a joke. But while YouTube Gaming, you know, YouTube is, if I'm not mistaken, the second largest search platform in anything. So if you need to look on a how-to thing, like how to do something, or you want to look at, you know, I don't know, tarantula fighting snakes or whatever, like the dark web of the fucking YouTube, or anything along in between, you know, games, you know, fashion, you know, how-tos, learning how to speak another language, anything, it's on YouTube, right? There's different kind of content. There's all kinds of content. Anything that you want to search, you can search it up on YouTube, right? If you ever hear anyone talk about, oh, if you ever need to learn how to do anything, there's always YouTube. That's because everything is on YouTube. So YouTube Gaming has, you know, YouTube behind it, right? Now we talk about Facebook Gaming. Facebook Gaming in itself is very small, very minuscule, but with Facebook itself being one of the biggest social media platforms, it's a lot more like, there's Facebook that can kind of fund the whole Facebook Gaming, and it's just Facebook Gaming itself is just a small, like, it's small thing that Facebook does. It's still a relatively big thing for the rest of the general mass, but Facebook gaming isn't really the main focus on Facebook. You know, Facebook is just Facebook, you know. So with Microsoft, they've had different, really Microsoft, the only thing that they really truly have is that they're just Microsoft. So, you know, there's no like social media platforms, there's no, I don't know, largest company or corporation. They are a huge corporation, but not like one of the largest. And they're not like the most searched. So like at the end of the day, yeah, the only thing that they really have going for them is that they are a big company. But the thing is with that is Microsoft throughout the whole years have always dropped their service, dropped different kind of services. I think at one point they had like a Zoom, and they had like other things along those lines. So, you know, Microsoft, I guess, is kind of like sweeping Mixer under the rug or whatever, kind of just trying to forget about it and trying to pick up its losses from where it's at. So if we kind of read on, well, before we read on, you know, Microsoft itself, you know, I could see where they're coming from by saying that they started out very late. Other streaming platforms, prior from like the big four, which is now the big three, a lot of them, in my opinion, doesn't have kind of like the resources that the big used to be big four have. A lot of them, in my opinion, don't really have that. So like, you know, they are kind of at a disadvantage. But Microsoft itself, since it's a very large corporation, they ended up just sweeping under the rug, which I mean, I guess I understand, but I mean, like, this wasn't the first time that Microsoft has done this. So yeah, I mean, I guess I could see where they're coming from. So Microsoft is partnering with Facebook to transition existing Mixer viewers and streamers over to Facebook Gaming in the upcoming weeks. On July 22nd, all Mixer sites and apps will automatically redirect to Facebook Gaming. Existing Mixer partners will be granted partner status with Facebook Gaming, and any streamer using the Mixer monetization program will be granted eligibility for Facebook's Level Up program. Mixer's viewers with outstanding Ember balance, channel subscriptions, or Mixer Pro subscriptions will receive Xbox gift card credits. Now, I don't really know what Ember balance is, or I'm thinking channel subscriptions is just like subscriptions in general, or Mixer Pro subscriptions. Now, I don't necessarily know what that means, but I personally think that is kind of a scummy thing. Not a scummy thing. I mean, it's very smart on Mixer's end or Microsoft's end to kind of give people Xbox gift card credits, because it's kind of like, hey, we're going to give you back the money that we technically owe you, but we're going to turn it into, you know, a gift card where you have to then spend it on our merchandise, our product, you know. So I think, you know, in terms of Microsoft's end, that's very smart, but in terms of anywhere else, that's kind of a scummy thing to do. So that's just personally how I see it. I don't know. I feel like if this was me, if I was, you know, Ember balance, channel subscription, or anything along those lines, that I would be feeling very upset that I'm just getting credit back instead of, you know, actual hard cash. I felt like, you know, me personally, you know, you're technically, you know, throwing all these guys back out there, and it's just like, hey, thanks for your money, but we're going to be turning it into credit like later, kind of ordeal. Microsoft's choice to partner with Facebook is clearly a strategic one that also related to broadening the appeal of its upcoming XCloud game streaming service and its overall gaming efforts. Microsoft will work closely with Facebook to bring XCloud to Facebook Gaming, allowing viewers to click and immediately play games that people are streaming. It's a vision that very similar to Google's ambition with Stadia, but Mixer has lacked the scale and viewership to truly deliver this more broadly. Microsoft recruited exclusive streamers like Ninja and Shroud with big deals, but they haven't been enough to get people using the service over rivals. Ninja and Shroud and other top streamers are now free to join Twitch or stream on Facebook Gaming. So the whole with the upcoming XCloud, from what I'm getting at, is that Microsoft is essentially doing a two birds one stone kind of thing, where they're getting rid of Mixer, so they're cutting their losses, and they're about to introduce the XCloud so that I can bring in more people to get a bigger viewing on Facebook. It's like a two birds one stone is how I see it. It's a very, well, what they said, strategic method, for that matter. But I think this is what everyone's really been curious on with the whole Ninja and Shroud business, and maybe other top streamers. So personally, I think that majority, and this is everything is just in my personal opinion, majority of the streamers, big streamers, are going to go back to maybe Twitch, if they had a name for themselves. I'm almost certain that Shroud is going to go back. The whole reason is just because Shroud, when he was on Twitch, everyone loved Shroud, right? And I'm almost certain, and I don't know from personally, but I'm almost certain that he loved Twitch as well, right? It was just that Mixer gave him such a good offer to sign exclusively with Mixer that it's too good to pass up, for that most part. So I personally think that Shroud going to Mixer was because of the money, not because of, I want to make a another name for myself on a different platform. So Shroud, I'm almost certain that he'll come back on Twitch. For Ninja, I don't personally think that he is going to go to Twitch. Now, I'm not saying that he won't. I'm just saying I personally don't think that he will. The whole reason why I think that is because back when Ninja signed exclusively with Mixer, I guess it was kind of like that really rubbed Twitch the wrong way. So they were kind of being petty. I'm not saying they were in the right or wrong. That's up to your guys' decision. But in my opinion, that I think that they were being petty and they did Ninja dirty. And what I mean by that is that when Ninja made the whole announcement, hey, I'm moving to Mixer, check me out on Mixer and stuff like that, Amazon, okay, maybe not Amazon, but Twitch itself got very upset, so they got very angry and they did some petty stuff. They deleted his account, right? And then it caused a big uproar, I'm pretty sure Ninja even commented on it, top streamers even commented on it, viewers commented on it, saying yo, that's kind of petty. And Twitch was like, oh, my bad, I'm not going to do that. What we're going to do is give him back his Twitch account, but we're going to make it unpartnered, right? That's fine. It is what it is. That's probably the better outcome. And then Ninja's account got hacked, I believe. And what was happening was someone was streaming porn on his account, right? So the big thing is, one thing is that Ninja changed his whole branding up. I was watching Ninja back in the H1Z1 days. He was, just as big in the Halo days. I never personally watched him when he played Halo, but this is all from my personal opinion from when I've seen him on H1Z1. So during the H1Z1 days, when BRs were kind of, starting to surface, there was other BR games if I'm not mistaken, but H1Z1 was what really stuck out to me because I played that game and I found so much enjoyment out of it. But I was watching Ninja back during the H1Z1 days, and he was a rowdy, loud type who would curse back at the person, and it was just hilarious. In my opinion, it was just hilarious, right? In the sense of I obviously don't want anything I don't want him to be bad, I don't want him to be mad or whatever along those lines, but him being his loud and loud self, you know, it was very entertaining. And so when he started playing Fortnite and then he got a huge mass of followings, he came to a realization that a lot of them were, you know, quite just kids. So Ninja ended up changing his branding and went from the loud rowdy type to becoming a more of a PG kind of streamer. So there wasn't really much cursing. And so I personally felt that when that started happening, you know, Ninja's branding obviously started changing. I felt like his persona to it also started changing. And then when, you know, later on he went into After Dark, which is where he would start streaming and kind of be his old loud and rowdy self. And you know, that was, you know, obviously he was going back to the way he once was. And you know, it was enjoyable. So then when Twitch did him dirty, I don't personally think that Ninja will go back to Twitch. Now, I'm not saying that he won't. The whole reason why I think that he won't is because, you know, because of the whole Twitch doing him dirty, and I believe his YouTube channel has like 22 million. 23.7 million. So Ninja has 23.7 million. I think that, you know, with that big of a following on his YouTube, that he's probably going to go switch over to YouTube. Now, I'm not saying that he won't go to Facebook, and I'm not saying that he won't go to Twitch or another platform for that matter, but I personally think that he will go to YouTube, just because of the amount of followings that he has on there. I think that when the top tier streamers, whomever goes to another platform, like maybe like YouTube gaming or to like Twitch gaming, they're going to get like maybe some crap for it. Overall, like, I think that they are going to have some sort of issues, but it's like, you know, a lot of the streamers tend to have like a thick skin, just because, you know, while streaming, even if you might not have done anything wrong, there's always going to be people out there who doesn't like you, and so that's probably not going to be really bothersome for them, but at the end of the day, they might get some crap for it. We've seen Microsoft give up on services in the past, like Groove Music partnered with Spotify, so another service that Microsoft swept under the rug. But that partnership wasn't exactly super close or meaningful to end users. Spencer sees this as the beginning of the opportunity around gaming for Microsoft and Facebook. The teams are physically actually close to each other. We've been to each other's offices, says Spencer. You'll see us continuing to grow this relationship. This will be the beginning of us seeing future opportunities together. I think we have a lot of alignment between the organization on areas where the industry is going and how we can help each other. Microsoft will keep hold of the technology that has powered Mixer and supported collaborative and low latency streaming features. Microsoft team will start to use part of this Mixer technology in the future to improve real-time activity and low latency streaming, and the Mixer developers involved in this will remain at Microsoft to help with the work on teams. Applying these fan-centric capabilities to new productivity experiences will create immersive ways to teams to empower people, teams, and organizations to better engage virtual gatherings at work and school, says Spencer. So that was pretty much everything from The Verge. I'm going to also leave their article in the descriptions down below so that you guys can also check out this for yourself. So now that kind of leaves off with, you know, the whole Microsoft is leaving Mixer, which, you know, obviously it's everyone's general opinion. Anyone can have their own opinion, and that's perfectly fine. I think that, you know, for me personally, I think that this is a good tactic that they took, but I also think that this is their way of running away. I don't personally think that. I think that if they were to stick out with it for a little bit longer, that maybe they could work on it and make it a little bit better, but they ended up just trying to cut their losses and sold it to someone who was probably willing to take everything. take all their people with it. So I think that itself is kind of crappy, but you know, there's really nothing that could have been done. Microsoft ended up selling that selling it away, and you know, good luck to every single person who's going from Mixer to Facebook Gaming. So with that being said, with people going to Facebook Gaming, what's happening with the general mass, and how, you know, for that matter. So I think that a lot of the people from Mixer are in a sense kind of upset, and they're going to be kind of mad because they're starting all over again. They are to each their own, you know. In my opinion, I think they're all starting over again. If you look at other social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, or I don't know, TikTok or whatever, you know, if you go to like the game section, you know, you don't really see many many of like the other streaming platforms post their content on those platforms. I'm not saying that you've never will see any. I'm just saying, me personally, I have never seen any. And so I feel like, you know, with a lot of other people, you know, when they start posting their content on other social medias, they say like, oh, you know, follow me at TTV, go check me out at twitch.tv, blah, blah, blah. You don't really see many Mixer people. You don't see many YT, YouTube, FB, Facebook. Me personally, I don't really see many. Even in games itself, I see more TTV than I do of YouTube, of Facebook, of Mixer, you know, and I'm almost certain they play the same game. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, that kind of shady self promo is whatever, but I'm just saying, like, you know, on other social media platforms, I don't really see a big impact that a lot of content creators from those other platforms are on. I see a lot more of Twitch streamers. So I think that a lot of the other people who are leaving Mixer, going to the other platforms, I think that a lot of them might try to come back to Twitch. But like, I feel like the whole reason why they went to Mixer isn't because, oh, it's Mixer, it's going to be, you know, it's Microsoft, you know, they're going to do what's right. You know, I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it's because that they're like, oh, I feel like I should just, you know, go onto another platform because, you know, I want to get a head start. You know, I have a chance of, you know, making it into a living. I have, you know, all these capabilities. I can, you know, do this, I can do that. I can, you know, it's easier for me, you know. So in that sense, it's just kind of like, you know, in that same case, it's just like, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's really your decision on what platform you decide to stream on, and or it's their decision on what platform they wanted to stream on. And so, you know, with that being said, you know, I think that, you know, what I said earlier is, you know, on Mixer is that, like, you know, it's their way of, you know, trying to cut losses and blah blah blah, and find the easy way out. Same case, you know, this might get hate for it, but like, you know, so I personally feel like a lot of people weren't going to Mixer because, oh, it's Mixer. I think a lot of people were going to Mixer is because, oh, it's another streaming platform that I could get big on because, you know, Twitch is already oversaturated, or I don't want to try to make a name for myself with the other thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, I don't know how many Twitch streamers are, but like of streamers who are also trying to do the same thing. I want to go to something new, something different, and so that's why a lot of them went to Mixer. So with Mixer being shut down and going over to Facebook Gaming, I do think that there are going to be quite a bit of people going to Facebook Gaming, but I feel like a lot of people are also going to go to their own fields of maybe like Twitch or YouTube or the other platforms for that matter. But at the end of the day, I really do hope that every single one of Mixer's streamers, Microsoft's workers who, you know, were part of the Mixer area of the company, that they all succeed in life. That's really all that anyone could really hope for. But yeah, so that is pretty much the end of the rant. I do apologize, but I greatly appreciate anyone who completely finished the whole thing. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Thanks YouTube, thank you for all that, and make sure if you happen to like the content, to hit the like and subscribe button down below. I do stream on Twitch on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, starting at 10 a.m. So, you know, be sure to come check it out. Just say hey, what's up? And yeah, I am going to be creating more series. This is just one of those series. I hope you do really enjoy it. I really enjoyed making this one. This was more of an intimate atmosphere because this is just me talking to you. So yeah, so be sure to check me out. As I said, I do stream Friday, Saturday, Sundays, starting 10 a.m. And yeah, thank you. Peace.